What's up, Mackie?
What's up?
Are you rested from traveling yesterday?
Yeah, I think so.
Ready to go?
Yep.
Season 5, episode 54, 7th of November. Wow, we're going to go. I'm not sure where we're going to end up. It's a lot higher number of episodes this year than ever before. Today, we're going to do our check-ins. We're going to talk about Naopo, the recent meeting in Las Vegas. We're going to do our check-ins, and then in the back half of the show, the second half of the show, we're going to have Epi and Faika from Samoan Solutions in to talk about not in general all the great things that Samoan Solutions does, but their, I'm not sure, 9th annual turkey trot, 10th annual turkey trot. It's a big number, and it's a staple of the Pacific Islander Bay Area population, and they're going to come on and tell us all the details about that amazing event that happens later this month. That's our show today. Naki, what's up?
Good morning. Like this week, Thursday, we were in Las Vegas for Naopo's, what is it? Meeting? First official
It was a
work group meeting. And so we went to Vegas. We left Thursday and we traveled. I think Thursday was a travel day. And so then Friday was the big meeting, which was like, it was like, whoa. It was a lot of all the groups that make up Naopo, which is, oh gosh.
Committee, well,
yeah.
They're long time. One of the things that you and I have talked about in our interaction with Naopo and being on the team is we're sitting in the room with groups like Kanaka Maoli groups like Papa Olakahi. That's a national organization and been working and advocating for decades. Right. We're at the same table.
Right.
As Sherry Daniels and the POL group. We're at the same table as Dr. Neal.
Yeah.
And all the groups, Pikowa, Opic,
yeah.
all the groups that are doing so many different things. So to be in the room with all the leaders and talking about, how are they going to change legislature and how are they going to change in big direction. Having in that room, a lot of times Naki and I are just kind of looking at each other like, yeah, we'll participate however you want us to participate. But the level of the conversation was a lot of times not really in our lane.
Yeah, it was so it's like crazy amazing people in that room that are doing the work every day, fighting for Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander community. And so just to shout out ACOM, which is Arkansas Coalition of Marshallese, Central Valley Pacific Islander Alliance, which is Jeremiah, Melissa Leylon, who is the boss at ACOM, Healing Association of Pacific Islanders, Happy Doctors, which Dr. Reynolds Samoa is a part of, NTAS, which is National Tongan American Society. Fahina is the main mama there. Fahina she is one of my, well, they're all my favorite people, but Fahina's crazy, amazing energy.
She lightens up the room. When she walks in, she's smiling,
really
she's joking, she's got a command personality.
Yes, she does.
But it's a fun command personality.
It's a fun command personality. Good morning to the family checking in on Facebook. Christina Mauia, who's with Amu Almayosos.
Good morning, Sister Cree.
Good morning, PJ, who is recovering from not feeling well. So good morning, PJ. So just to go on, Pacific Community of Alaska is Taffy, who she flew in from Alaska. People came from Arkansas, Hawaii, Utah, Washington State, Pacific Islander Center of Primary Care Excellence, PCOPSI, which is the famous and guru queen, Dr. Nia Aitaoto. Papa Ola Lokahi, which is, of course, Sherry Daniels is the executive director there, who flew in from Hawaii. And her and I, we clicked.
You guys are like,
yeah, we right when we see each other, we're like, so I love the energy that I have with Sherry. Of course, PBD is part of Naopo, Utopia PDX. United Territories of Pacific Islander Alliance, Portland, Oregon. We are Oceania. WOW, which is led by Josie Howard. I mean, it's just a bunch of crazy, amazing people that put this, it's a Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander coalition, and it's on a national level. And so this was our first official meeting in Las Vegas, Nevada. And so right when we got into that room, we knocked out, like we were in that room from 7:30 to we stopped talking.
5. We actually got done at 5.
Yeah.
And they were on time.
Right.
Like, so they did a really good job.
Yeah.
Joseph and Malo
and
and
Dr.
Dr. Nia did a really good job of letting some topics go a little bit longer than they were on the agenda, but then they made up time in other areas and other spots on the agenda.
Right.
And we got to talk to our partners, our vendor partners, and we ended on time. And it was just completely productive. And I was talking to Dr. Samoa about that after, and he goes, I looked at that and just wanted to kill myself. It's a meeting from 8 to 5. Oh my gosh, just kill me now.
And it really did.
And it wasn't that way. Like you said, I was like, each part I was really engaged in, and I was thinking, like, how do we move that part forward?
Right. And I love that during the meeting, Sherry said that this is a space where we're comfortable to say what we need to say, and then just get over whatever issues we have, if we have any, but we say it to each other and it just moves on. But because of our nature and our culture, we move on. I love Naopo, the work that's going to come out of this national group and is already coming out, like from everyone else, is going to just, I'm in awe of everyone in that group. And I love that we get in there, we do the work. And then after that, just as much as we play hard, we work hard, we play hard as hell.
so that leads into, and I think that when I look back at how they organized it, they wanted to be safe, right? So Naopo got the entire patio area of a restaurant, and so that we were outside, and we were able to be around people that have been vaccinated and people that are safe, and not be, in the restaurant in closed air areas. So we had the patio area completely to ourselves. It was only us.
It was awesome.
And what is a staple of a Pacific Islander party?
Right.
It's karaoke.
It's karaoke.
They didn't have a karaoke system there.
We brought our own.
We bought the thing, packed it, I don't know, quarter mile from the hotel.
Chemo carried it. Oh my God.
Walked in that thing, and we walked through the restaurant, and I was watching the reactions of people when our group was walking through the restaurant, and they had asked us to wear some kind of island garb.
Yeah.
So we saw Iafaikangas, Pulakasis, Aloha shirts. I mean, just everybody was wearing something, quote, island.
Yeah.
And I was watching the reactions of the tables, and they're like, what is that? What's that group and where are they all going? And we walked out into the patio, set up our own PA system and our own karaoke machine, and we're there for 5 hours. I don't know how long we were there. We were there a long time and just having a good time. The highlight of my entire trip was watching Dr. Nia and Fahina dance. And these ladies got up there and were just like, oh, are we doing Tahitian or Fijian or Samoan? Like, what are we doing? And I think it was that Tahitian song that they ended up playing. And they were so beautiful and graceful.
Oh my God. It was so beautiful. It was just like.
That was the highlight of my trip.
Yeah.
Was just watching. And there's people inside that were looking out the windows that were, just
watching
other people and the workers
were,
pinned to the windows and looking out the door, watching them dance.
Yeah. It was beautiful to watch Dr. Nia and Fahina do the damn thing. It was beautiful because it was a great way to kind of end the evening. And there's so much to talk about that I'm not really sure where to start, but I'm just grateful that we're in this space, everyone's ready to work hard, and they're already doing the work, but it's going to happen at a national level. So I'm humbled to be a part of this group. I'm humbled to be, like everyone is. What I love about this group is everybody's already doing the work, but is ready to work together for one mission, to save our people and to move us forward. So the executive director is Manu Malo Alailima, who is out of Oregon, who is currently moving across country to do the work. So do
Seeing
the work.
how visionary he is
Mhm.
with where he wants things to go. And I think, the vision of being able to advocate at a national level means that we need a leader in DC.
That's a picture of Manumalo and our very own.
So that was behind us. If you're looking at that picture behind us, is the area where I don't know, there was stand-up comedy, there was dancing, there was karaoke singing. So that was I got the honor of sitting next to Malo during dinner, and we talked about things that, we talked some business, we talked some fun, but really it was after the meeting, and it was just time to cut loose. And boy, did we just have a great time for hours out there, just laughing. And we had the waiter was an older gentleman, and he came out and he was dancing. He started dancing.
He's shaking his booty. So it was a great time in Las Vegas. I look forward to.
Big shout out to Joe
Lee with
Apcho. And Bryce,
everybody wanted to marry him
from TDW.
Bryce and Ivy came in from TDW. Yeah,
they worked hard. It was just the same thing as they came in. We had real talk about things that went well, that didn't go well, and in the spirit of partnership of, if you kind of like a marriage, right? When you're working with another organization, if you never air out what's wrong, that's going to blow up in some way, right? So being able to have honest, open conversations across the table with all participants was really refreshing. And I think, Joseph Saya had put it well that, we can be uncomfortable. But as long as we're being productive and we're being uncomfortable, we're not just attacking each other. And we put real stuff, it was real talk on the table about things that, we liked and we didn't like. And, I thought that the meeting went well. And then the time that we got to spend with TDW and Apcho was so,
we had so much fun.
So much fun to not be talking
business,
negotiating and doing all those kind of things, which are good. We do those well. We do those well as two different organizations working with each other, but it was good to play well together too.
Yeah, it was a great meeting. I had a good time with Bryce and Ivy and Joe Lee, who everybody wants to marry at.
That was an odd twist to the. We had, what did we do well? And everybody loved Joe. It was almost like a TV show.
Everybody wants to marry him.
He got, I think, 3 marriage proposals in the meeting.
Yeah, but it was a great meeting. It was a great evening. Of course, we left Saturday morning so that you can make it to your aunt's celebration of life service. And so how did that go?
So I was asked to speak, and the event started at 2, and for unforeseen reasons, I barely made it. I made it like 5 minutes. I was like 2:05 when I walked in, and pastor's already speaking. The event's already started. So I scoot in, and I don't know at that point whether, when they open it up for words, does my cousin, who my Aunt Betty, my dad's sister, had passed away, and we had her burial and her services in October, and this was her celebration of life. So I get there late, and I'm not sure when she wants me to speak. Like immediately when they say, does family want to speak? And so at one point I want to go up and ask her, because we're playing a video montage,
right?
Which when I moved to Hawaii in 95 is the first time I heard, in 93, it's the first time I ever heard the song by Israel, Kamaka Viva Ole, the Somewhere Over the Rainbow. The song that's been in a bunch of different movies now. It's the first time I ever heard it, never heard it anywhere else, hadn't been in the movies yet. And I heard it, and I just knew right away, I'm going to play that at my father's funeral. It's kind of morbid to think that in 93 I was thinking about that, but it was just one of those things, like it just really struck a chord in my heart. And so I did. I played that at my father's celebration of life. And the first song that my cousins had picked for for Aunt Betty was that same song. So immediately I'm already choked up. Aww. I'm already, wow, this is, it's really getting me. So I get up there, and, I speak about, some of the things the stories that we're all sharing, those kind of things. My auntie's favorite saying was, you would ask her how's she doing, and she would snap back, I'm fat and sassy. So everybody was using that term all day long, that we're fat and sassy. she loves ice cream. So that was,
Aw.
we had an ice cream social after everybody was invited to partake in the eating of the ice cream. Great event. Funny thing. So I walked in and I was wearing my Tanoa shirt that our cousin Evie Gardnet had got me in when I was in Samoa in 2019. So I walk in and I've got that on and some ulas, and I thank the home, the healthcare home that she was in.
Oh, nice.
I thank that for the family, because my cousin said that every time I talk about how well they took care of Betty, I get choked up. So if you could do that in your presentation, if you could thank them. So she gave me the words. I say the words. And then after, and I remember when I went to go visit Aunt Betty, I was walking out after visiting, and the lady was cooking food in the home. And I remember thinking, that food smells really good. And I commented as I walk out, I said, man, too bad I got to go. I'd like to stay for dinner. And I remember the lady said, oh, you should. I thought it was just kind of a joke, right? So after, I spoke and we're all just kind of looking at the pictures and everybody's mingling, this Filipino lady walks up and she goes, when you came in, I said, hey, I know that guy. I've seen him before. And I was looking at her going, I don't think I've ever seen you before. Her and her husband are the owner of the home.
Oh, nice.
And she was the one that was cooking.
Oh, wow.
So I get to talk to her. She lived in Pago Pago for 18 years.
Oh, wow.
She's got friends and family there. She speaks Samoan.
Nice.
So, it was like we hung out for, I don't know, probably 15 minutes talking about, our trip in 2019. And Betty and her sassiness, being in the home and trying to be the boss, being the boss of everyone she was around. She wanted to be the boss.
Nice.
So she was my cool aunt. She was the one with the Porsche. She was the one with the big house with the pool. She was the one that took us to Disneyland. And she let me borrow her Porsche for the prom.
Nice.
So,
ooh, nice.
Oh yeah, I drove that past everybody's house to make sure everybody saw me driving it.
Of course.
So it was a really good time to catch up and see all the cousins, and kids got to hang around the kids. And
nice.
we're talking, my sister and I, Molly and I were talking about that, how our kids don't know each other very well because we don't have enough family functions. We don't have enough functions where you know who your cousin and your second cousin and your cousin's kids and all those kind of things. That we don't have enough of those events. So she and I and two of my other cousins, Iva and Stacy, are making a commitment to making some more family events so that the kids get to know each other.
Nice. Awesome. We need to do that. Well, no, we don't. We know each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you have family events.
We have family.
That's the good thing about family events is the kids know each other.
Yeah.
They know, who their second cousin and their cousin and the kids that are their age and their generation, they know who they are.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, but that's like a PI thing,
Right.
like where we get together for birthdays and
look for any reason to gather.
Yeah, really. We look for
a graduation is a huge event. You know what I mean? It's not like, just the immediate family goes.
Birthdays are big event.
Goes.
Yeah. Birthdays are big event. Like everything is a big event. You're watching the Super Bowl. It's a family event.
There's 40 people or 50 people over there. I remember when I moved to Hawaii, I would see entire beach parks. I just remember Ala Moana Beach Park across from Ala Moana Mall. It was completely just packed. And I had just moved there, and I was with Ana Tuya Sasopo, and I was like, what's going on over there? And he goes, he looks over there, and he goes, I don't know, maybe there's a couple first birthdays at the same time. Maybe it was 4 or 5 families have a first birthday. And I was looking at it, and to me, it looked like there was like a carnival or something. Like there was an single event over there.
Yeah.
And he just looked over, and he was like, it's probably just, I don't know, maybe there more than one family had a first year birthday. Yeah. And I was just, driving by and then living there for a few years. I went to a bunch of those.
Yeah.
And then I understood it after that. But the first year birthday thing was something I didn't understand until I lived in Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah. We just need a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. PIs just need a freaking reason to get together, which, okay. I want to shout out some people that are tuned in on Facebook, which we appreciate. Timo T right? From checking in from Australia, which is awesome.
Tael Manuia Vet.
Yes, Tael Manuia Vet, and our Maury is checking in from SFO. Tons of, we appreciate you that you're tuning in. Bula, good morning. It was a great weekend. I'm glad you got to celebrate your aunt with family. Crazy amazing. And the stories that I hear that you tell me and about her and your dad it's really touching that they live so long to see their kids, their grandkids, great grandkids. So
yeah. And I remember they would tell stories about, sitting with their parents listening to FDR's fireside chats.
Oh yeah.
And in the Great Depression, and it's stuff that crazy. I just think of like a history book.
Yeah,
like the fireside chats. Oh wait, you listen to FDR talk about like wow,
yeah,
or growing up in the Great Depression, and those are things that normally I would just hear in a history book
or read it. Yes, in a history
or
book.
see in a documentary or something.
I know. And your dad's telling you real life stories. Yeah, that's awesome. So thank you. Virginia is checking in.
Good morning, Virginia.
State. No, Virginia State. Cave.
Oh, Virginia.
Cave Q.
Wow.
Look at that. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. So we're going to go to break right now. We're going to go to break right now. We have Stone Deuce. Thankful you're listening to the Faika broadcast. We will be right back. Good morning, Willie. Say thank you for the many things you've done. Wanna say thank you for the many things you've done.
Rest in peace, my lucky Yandel.
Wanna say thank you for the many things you've done.
Thank you, Lord, for freeing my mama. Look, hey, Stone Deuce, family gang, being me. Look, I know to watch my mouth in your presence. If I'm wrong, you gon' grill me. I can't get you to feel me. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. When I'm flying, I want you near me. Lord, now can you hear me? Keep only family close, and I'll be damned if I go without letting them know how I feel. I wanna thank you. Thank you. Look, I can't help but to get in my feelings when I think of all of the struggles we done overcame. And it be selfish of me having these people thinking I got it from the gang, they gon' know your name. But it's been a long time coming, but we ain't stay up through them long nights for nothing. And we ain't letting up for no one or for nothing. I just hope I make you proud with how I'm coming. Thank you for them times I never had to worry about. Sleepless nights you went through, I couldn't even tell that we was down. Thank you for them times I never had to worry about. Sleepless nights you went through, I couldn't even tell that we was down. I know to watch my mouth in your presence. If I'm wrong, you gon' grill me. I can't get you to feel me. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. When I'm flying, I want you near me. Lord, now can you hear me? Keep on the family close, and I'll be damned if I go without letting them know how I feel. I want to thank you. Thank you.
And we're back. You're listening to the Faika broadcast. I'm Naki. With me, as always, is Carl.
Good morning. Good morning.
And our Mena Bubena is on. I don't know why I did that.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know why I did that. I need coffee. I need coffee, folks. I need coffee. So it was this next episode, or we're in that, not episode, portion. We have crazy, amazing sisters who are from the Bay Area that are doing the work that
doing the work for a long period of time. Yes. They're not a flash in the pan,
right?
One hit wonder kind of public organization,
right.
A community organization. They're a community organization that has numbers like 9 and 10 when you're talking about anniversaries of different events and different things they do for the community.
Right.
Always a pleasure to share space with the sisters Epi and Fanga. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning.
morning. Yay. Oh, pretty, pretty. Look at y'all.
Nice.
Look at y'all. Good morning, sisters. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So we have Samoan Solutions, two of the founding members, right? Fanga Misa and Epi Almavai. Good morning, sisters. All the crazy, amazing stuff that they're doing in the Bay Area, like if we listed them all, the work that they've been doing for years with health and COVID-19, this pandemic has brought so much work out for us to save our community.
They're like
right?
they're like a seasonal organization. They
Yeah.
have an event at this time of the year. It might be Lumina'i. They have an
Yes.
event at different time of the year. That might be Fangongo o Samoa. But right now, it's all turkey trot all day, all long until we get to the day that we're all celebrating and walking and being active. And we were just talking about this. Is this the 9th? Is it the 10th? What is the number of the event for the year? Is it the 8th, 9th, 10th anniversary? And tell people who haven't, who maybe not have participated in the long period of time that you've been doing this, what they can expect at the event this year. That's sisterly love right there. And that's what happens in PI. We've always talked about this. In PI events, you say, so go ahead, I'm going to throw this open to the floor. And everybody's so gracious and humble. Everybody waits for somebody else to talk. So,
right. But before you get into that, Fanga, because we go into Fanga, tell us a little bit about yourself and your family, and then we can go into the...
Oh, cool. I am the second to the youngest sister in my family, Almavai family, and I am the mother to all the Misa children and wife to Tapatu for 21 years now. And yeah, and so my sister Epi and I were from San Francisco Bay Area, and we're founders of Samoan Solutions together with some of our other folks also from the Bay Area. And we're just here today to talk about the turkey trot, which, to answer your question, Carl, this is actually the 11th 5K turkey trot for charity. But since last year had to be virtual for COVID, we're counting it as the 10th.
Nice.
So last year was the first virtual, and this year is the 10th annual in person, because we'll be back in person this year.
That's pretty amazing. You could think about somebody that might have been a kid at 10 years old when that first started. That's a grown adult now. You know what I mean? Like that's the length of the program that, over a decade. And we know how hard it is to be a community-based organization and have length and staying power with events like that. So that's a credit to Samoan Solutions.
Sister Epi, we know you, but can you tell people that are tuning in from Australia and Virginia? Can you tell them a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Epi Almavai. I'm the youngest of Pimasa and Puerto Nofo's children. I live here in South San Francisco, California. And I am one of the founders of Samoan Solutions. I'm a mother to two amazing girls, Alicia and Tialavea and Alia Almavai. I'm the extended mother of the Misa children. And yeah, I'm a business owner. I'm the owner of Famamalu Designs. And let's see what other hats I wear. Yeah, and then and I'm happy to be here to discuss more about the 5K turkey trot this morning.
Awesome. So tell us how the turkey trot started and why and all that good stuff.
I guess I'll take this one. So the turkey trot started 11 years ago, and it was birthed in collaboration with partnering organization, the Pacific Islander Health Club, the Pacific Health Club. And at the time, it was under the leadership of Sha Chin Chu and David Ane. And so we wanted to have a health event that would be able to just promote movement during the holiday season, because we understand that it's one of the most difficult times to, for folks to be able to stay active and, and choose a healthy sort of lifestyle or maintain a healthy lifestyle because of the weather being so cold, because of the time of the year where it's usually folks are gathering around a huge bolsterous meal to eat,
Yeah.
nobody really wants to go outside and hang out so we wanted to sort of create an event that encourages our folks and helps motivate our folks to give back. I mean, to get out and get moving. And then at the same time, we wanted to be able to support the work of amazing folks in the community who are reaching the needs of the most vulnerable, whether it be nonprofit organization that's doing the work outside of ourselves, or even if it was just like a family initiative. So as this is our 11th year, this is also our, how was this, Fanga? Is this our 10th? I believe this is 10 organizations, or so far we've been able to support the work of 10 organizations
Nice.
through um, a large portion of the proceeds from the 5K turkey trot for charity. And the only reason why it's 10 is because there were a couple of years, or is it just one year where we had back to back the same beneficiary?
Hmm. So
Fanga?
each year
Yeah, I
it's
think we had Catholic Worker House this for the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
so the proceeds from each year, the proceeds from the turkey trot go to a specific organization that supports the community. Now, so there's something that's to be said. It's
Yeah.
hard enough being a community-based organization, but you're a community-based organization who is supporting other organizations through your events. Um, that's somewhat innovative. What's also innovative is coming up with an event that's health oriented,
Mhm.
that gets everybody together where they have fun, and it's something that Pacific Islanders are going to participate in, right? What's also innovative is Fangongo o Samoa, right? So being this forward and kind of the innovation piece of that, is that something that comes naturally to either or both of you? I know that Famamalo Designs, obviously there's an entrepreneurial spirit there, but the way that you go about being a CBO and the way that you go about, not just doing the things that you do but helping other organizations each year, and then the gift of Luminati, where that's giving back to specifically education. Where does the entrepreneurial spirit come in your family? Is that something either one of you lead, or is it just some kind of synergy that works between the two of you?
Well, I'm not necessarily an entrepreneur, but I can just answer part of this just to say that we come from like a family that is just works together when it comes to everything, whether it's like business or cultural life or education. And then we also come from schooling. Like both of us went to and graduated from the high school American Samoa, and our school was big on just like doing things together. Like the school motto is unity is our strength. So we recognize how important every person is to work that's getting done in the community. And then also, I think just being like grassroots organization too, there's limited funding out there for you, right? If you are new to this. And so sometimes it might be hard to navigate like through what do I need to get done to be a 501c3 and how can I get funding and stuff like that. So um, I think once you figure out what that is, like how to navigate that, then the funding will come, right? And it'll be it's easy to justify and find ways to get funding to support programming, but I think just starting off grassroots, it can be a little challenging. And some of the bigger organizations are able to easily get that funding, where you as like a smaller group, you may not have access to that right away. So I think we recognize that out the gate when it came to community work. And so we're like, yeah, we should share the love when it comes to like what we do in the community. And also like if you want to build partnerships with folks, whether they're PI or not, right, you got to put yourself
Right.
out there and do work with folks, right? So
Can I ask you who your recipient is this year?
Yeah, our recipient this year is going to be again the City Eats, which is an amazing
Nice.
organization that
Yeah.
does work out in San Francisco mainly, but I believe that they're starting to branch out to other cities to offer support. They give out meals, hot meals, to those in need on the streets of San Francisco. Every month they're out there. They're also been super strong serving the community on many different capacities serving during COVID-19. Last year, we donated specifically Keep Warm kits that they passed out at one of their food distributions that included beanies, socks, blankets, tents, mittens, and they did an amazing job at distributing getting those kits into the hands of people in need. Last year, it was really heavy on our hearts that if we're cold in the indoors, then we can just imagine those who are outside weathering the elements because they just simply have nowhere else to go. So we're thankful and blessed to be able to support the great work of The City Eats and the other organization this year that we are going to be supporting through the Turkey Trot is Dignity on Wheels, who offer showers. They have a mobile shower unit and mobile laundry unit. And if you check out their schedule online, these guys are doing work every single day. And they're going from Santa Clara, San Mateo County, and East Palo Alto, all the way out to Oakland, just trying to provide some basic necessities to those who are in need. Our community members who are living out on the streets, and so we're just really thankful to be able to that this event can support in this way. And just to contribute to the question that was asked, a lot of the work that we do, you mentioned earlier, Carl, that we kind of have seasons of events, and part of that is strategic in the sense that what you see here, like the work that's done, it's not done by many people. A lot of it is Fanga and I and our children, and then we have amazing folks who jump on to support specific projects and programs. So a lot of that a lot of the resourcefulness and a lot of the ideas, it comes from us just understanding our capacity and understanding the true, very true fact that we cannot do this work alone. We are not the only ones out here that are doing the work. And if we can reach back and support our brothers and sisters, whether they're established or not, if they have it in their hearts to support our community, we want to try and be able to support in any way that we can. And part of that is being able to offer some monetary support, offering support as far as like sharing and get the word out of with all the amazing stuff that they're doing. So a lot of the way that Samoan Solutions as an organization moves is because we're very limited with the people that we have on our team, and it's not by choice. So if you're called to come and join us, we welcome you and everyone to bring your talents and heart to the table, and you can jump in and help us sort of navigate this lovely world of Tautua here in the San Francisco Bay Area.
I think that the kind of daunting task of getting funding, you combine that with the PI spirit of always wanting to help in the community, you end up with people doing the work for free so often, and probably more than in other culture, others in other communities aren't as community minded and aren't going to look at the all the paperwork and all the other things that come to go get funding. You just have a ton of people out there that are at events before people show up to events. They're setting up, they're there doing the advertising. I remember that Naki and I had gone to, I can't remember, we were either going to Phil's Feel Good Cuts, or we were going to maybe the fashion show that was there. But we pulled up and we didn't know, but there were the Misa and Almavai kids out there handing out pamphlets. I don't remember what it was for.
Kiana's event.
It was Kiana's event. And there your family was out there on their own time, helping the community. They had set up a table out there and we didn't even know they were there. We just pulled up and we're like, oh. But that, that speaks to the heart of, that we do things for free so often. It's good to see funding for an event, especially in an event like the 5K Turkey Trot. So a question about the 5K Turkey Trot, for those of us that may look at that and think of a 5K as, I don't know, some event where you got people lined up that have qualified with times, and there's a starter gun and people take off with a sprint and it's intimidating, and everybody's, nobody's walking in the 5K event. It could be, if you don't know, it could be like, well, I'm not, I'm not running a 5K. So what does that look like for our community that haven't participated in a 5K? Kind of walk through the flavor of the event.
Our 5K is really unique, I would say. Like, in some years we've had people, like, because you can register as a team, we've had people like come dressed up in team uniforms, like whether it's like their whole team is wearing tutus or their whole team is wearing sweatbands or whatever. Like, I think our 5K is pretty like fun. And even I think the last year we were in person, there was a guy who had a block rocker speaker. He was like carrying it around on his back, like a backpack. Like, so he was like on the route, like, and people were enjoying the music that he was bumping. And then also we've had folks like Utopia that while they're out there walking and running on the route, they're carrying all the flags of the South Pacific nations. So it was just like, I think it's a real family fun event. There are some competitive people who come out to the race, and they're looking to win that turkey dinner or win the team trophies. So we've had some teams really take it serious when it comes to winning that trophy. But most of the folks, they're like out there just for the fun, for the exercise. We have a lot of like Samoan and Pacific Islanders on Facebook, on social media that are like really into fitness. So some of those folks might come through. We have people who are like SoCal all over the place. They're like constantly posting about getting out there and walking with family and friends. And then even folks who they work out together, like whether it's circuit training or whether they're like a football team. My son's football team came a couple years. This year I'm hoping to get my basketball girls out there. So it really is just fun. Like, so I think the more our Pacific Island people come and participate in 5Ks like this, the better they'll feel about being in any 5K, right? Because if you go and check out other 5Ks, some of them really are just for fun, and then some are like really super serious, competitive, like times and categories by your age and all that stuff. But ours is pretty relaxed and low key. And sometimes we have stuff like donuts for volunteers that probably doesn't belong at a 5K.
But we don't eat it.
No, but volunteers gotta eat, right? So so that's kind of like the vibe of our 5K.
Yeah. So if you can't run for a straight 5K, 3.1 miles, if you can't run, there's plenty of people that aren't running. There's plenty of people are walking it, hanging out, walking at a, Naki and I walked at probably a record slow pace a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
There were people that were walking that were passing us as we were walking. So, everybody should feel comfortable. It's a friendly atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I mean, Pacific Islander, very friendly with the food and the vendors and just the vibe of the people that show up. I think next year we're gonna do.
Yeah, this year, dang it, my daughter is getting married that weekend of Turkey Trot. So I think this is the first year since we've known about Turkey Trot that we're missing. And so what I love about the Turkey Trot is that everybody there that is there to have fun and is walking at, like I walked with a couple of girls. We're just walking and talking and laughing and catching up. And I think the people that show up to are really showing up to help Turkey Trot be a success, but also supporting Samoan Solutions and supporting, the people that they're donating to that this year, last year, or the past years. People are really just showing up to have fun and to be together. And especially since the pandemic, we're all anxious to get together this year and to see one another and, of course, be safe. Is there any protocol that we're going to follow because of the pandemic during the Turkey Trot?
Yeah, we're asking folks to just continue to be masked up, practice social distancing. Again, if you're not feeling well, we ask that you join us in spirit and not come to the site, just to ensure that we keep our community safe. On site, we'll have our outreach team as well that is doing work supporting COVID-19 testing That's still very much needed in our communities. We'll also have folks that are doing outreach for COVID-19 vaccination, just making sure that if you're wanting to get vaccinated, that it's available to you and you understand and know where to go to get it, as well as information with the booster shots. So we just want to make sure that that we do our best to host a in-person event in these times as safe as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, one of the things that I love about the Turkey Trot too is, when I had never actually completed a 5K until I was an adult. But because we started this event when our children were very young, my girls have both lapped me in completing 5Ks now because they were out there on the route in the very early years of the Turkey Trot. And I think another thing just to put out there is that folks think 5K and think we're running 5 miles. We're not. So 5K is 3.2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3.2 miles. And our route is a turnaround route. So you go out 1.1, I suppose, and then you just head on straight on back. You know, we love you, PJ, and we hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, like Fanga said, the vibe is just really, it's really chill, and it's also just fun to be around folks in that way. This year we're partnering heavy with Pacific Peninsula Conflict Resolution Center under the leadership of Miss Melissa Netane Jones.
Yeah.
So they're gonna bring us. They're right now they're trying to find out if the health services are still doing. Offering services during the pandemic, which is mobile screening for blood pressure, glucose readings, and then also signing folks up for mammogram appointments. And if the nurses team from CSM is going to be able to be on site, we hope that they'll be able to join us this year. And that's only made possible in partnership through PCRC, which we're so thankful for. They're also bringing out a DJ this year. DJ, yes, DJ Nate Torius. This is a Tongan brother that's going to be on the ones and twos this year. A couple of our other sponsors that we want to mention is again the Asian American Recovery Services program through Health Right 360, who's been rocking with us from the beginning. Antinani, Lulu, Brother Junior. They are a huge part of how the 5K is able to be successful and be successful for this long. Tongan owned boba shop out of San Bruno.
Yes.
Kiss My Boba is supporting this event this year. Our brothers and sisters in the South, Ana Matangi Polynesian Voices through Tiffany, Shanna, and Mama D down there are also sponsors of the event this year. And then, of course, Pacifica by Design, our amazing brothers and sisters, Carl and Naki. Thank you so much for always supporting the 5K Turkey Trot.
Awesome. And there's going to be vendors there?
Yes, we're gonna have vendors on site. Pacifica vendors. There's gonna be folks selling otai, t-shirts. Levasa is gonna be out there selling shirts. So make sure that you bring. Yes,
Carl has
the
a
wave is
Levasa
coming.
t-shirt on. Yeah.
Yes, our sister Marina with the Gardens Bath is gonna be out there selling natural products that are created and from locally sourced natural materials such as honey out of East Palo Alto, which is really cool. We're gonna have another vendor who's out there selling jeweled pendants, and so it's a great opportunity for us to be able to shop Pacifica. It's a perfect timing because holiday season is right around the corner, so it's a great opportunity to support them and to knock off some items off of your holiday shopping list at the same time. We try to make the most out of our time together. So there's also going to be community resources on site, so folks who are in need, they can get connected with these amazing services, especially now during COVID, right? Because before COVID happened, we already had a number of needs, right, as community members. And now with COVID, it just added on a whole like 10 or 12 more list of things that our community definitely needs to be offered services for. So please, if you come out, even if you just come out to visit our vendors and visit with the community resources, make sure that you stop by their tables and get connected. Auntie Nani always has a huge amount of community resources at her table. Mana Pacifica is also going to be on site, sharing the great work that they do as far as promoting natural birth process
Mm.
through our Pacifica and African American communities, as well as PCRC will be on site promoting the different programs that they offer as well.
Yeah, and if you're there late, Auntie Nani will make you take the bags home. She's
Yes.
not leaving there with any of that stuff. So if you're there late, she's going to attach a couple bags to your hands on your way to your car. So one of the things that you said, Epi, really rings true with me is I had never done a 5K because I had that image of it. I thought I had the image of like it's a
He's
the
scary.
starter gun, and then everybody takes off, and then so in 2010 I went through a big weight loss program, and I was like, I want to do a 5K, and in my mind I had to run 3.1 miles. So I was in the gym running on the treadmill. I was out going around the track trying to figure out how I could make it the 3.1 miles because I thought I had to run the whole thing. And I ended up going after I had finally made it 3.1 miles on the treadmill in the gym. And I only made it halfway when I actually went to do the 5K. I only made it halfway before I stopped and I walked, but I saw all kinds of people walking. So it changed my idea of what a 5K was. I just had it in my mind that it was a straight sprint and it was like this big, huge competitive thing. And there are some that are that way, but there are more that are more friendly and community related. And so, if there are people out there that have that perception of a 5K being, a race kind of thing, to your point, there are people out there that take off in a sprint when it
Right.
starts, but it's far fewer, and there's far more people that are just out there to, share space with
Yes.
loved ones and see everybody and see the vendors, and have fun. So if you got that in your mind that it's a sprint, it doesn't have to be.
And if people want to register, where can they go to register for the Turkey Trot?
They can visit our event website, which is www.tinyurl.com//SS Turkey Trot. And we'll drop that in the chat. Mena, you the one, Mena. She got it.
One,
She got it
right?
right.
She on it.
You started listing that address.
Yeah, and
Mena
oh,
just started
sorry.
typing immediately when the minute you started saying what that where to go to. Mena just started typing it into the chat.
Yeah,
Brother
oh, what's up, Vince?
Yes. Good morning, Vince.
And like just to add on to what Carl said, this Turkey Trot, it's for you come at your own and you move at your own pace. It's for the young and the young at heart. We got babies out there on the route, and then we also have our 76-year-old. Who is that?
Yes.
He's 76.
Papa with his staff walking.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's 77.
He walks competitively, so he wants to walk to beat you. So if you see him, he was trying to beat his son, and he lost. Came in second that year. But yeah, the vibe is really family oriented. We have folks that they'll run back and get their they'll finish and then they'll run back and get their family members that are just to be there to support them to push through. Along the route, marker signs from our sponsors that are encouraging folks to keep going. You're almost there. And then we have this, we get stories all the time. Like I'm talking partners, and she's like, I've run the Turkey Trot before and I was so tired. I think it was in 2018 that she was there. She's like, I was so tired, I wanted to give up. And then like one of your nephews just came up behind me and was like, come on, we can do it. And she's like, in with him, and I was so thankful for that. And that's just the kind of vibe that it is out there. Like
really
you got folks high-fiving each other when they're passing by, folks that are welcoming you back in when you're done, and you've accomplished this feat. So
yeah, I love that.
Don't feel intimidated.
Yes, definitely. It's not well, everybody's there to have fun and to support each other. But I do love that when people are running past us, we're like, go, go, go. And then even when we get in, like we're close to last, people are like, good job, and the people that have completed the race are at the finish line, high-fiving everyone that comes in. So it really is a great event. I encourage you to bring your family, bring your friends, and, shop Pacifica, which is a big, but I started saying shop Pacifica because of Samoan Solutions. If you go follow them on Instagram, they have a list of Pacifica entrepreneurs where you can shop there first before you go to the stores, before you go to Nike or wherever you shop. Please shop Pacifica first. So
and when you hear us say shop Pacifica, we definitely stole that term from Samoan Solutions. That's their term, but it applies so well. And I think that one of the things that people forget is that we're not saying shop Pacifica like go buy some junk and then go buy your regular shirt. There is extremely high quality, great stuff out there. That's Pacifica built, owned, made, whatever. And so it's not like we're asking people to just support your community and buy the stuff, because it's PI owned. That's the stuff. There's quality stuff out there that you can buy instead of buying, whatever the type of
whatever you're buying,
the jewelry, art, whatever. And one of the things that, how encouraging everybody is as they go past, you'll say, hey, great job, keep going. And then when they reach the halfway mark and they come back, there's people that are coming back that are obviously ahead of you. And they're saying, you're almost, you're only around that turn and you're at the halfway mark. Another thing I'll point out, because I'm that lazy, is it's a flat course. There's not a bunch of hills. So that was one of the things where I was like, is there going to, it's 3.1 miles, but man, is there going to be climbing up hills? It's flat. It's nice, flat, even road. And it's always encouraging until Poppers goes past you and says, and gives you encouragement to keep going. And he's the one walking past and saying, keep going. Yeah. Like kind of puts it in perspective. But what a great day. What a great day it is.
Really a great event.
To just go out there and spend the whole day there. We would, when we go early and we're there when people are setting up and having a good time. We bring our camping chairs to make sure it's comfortable, kick back. I would say that if you're going to go to one of the vendors, we always tell the story about Jordan Fihaki.
Yep.
Yeah. We got there, he was set up. We went in and I saw a bunch of t-shirts. I'm like, man, those are cool. I'm going to get those because I just got here. Like, I don't know, 2 hours later, we went back to the booth, sold out of any of the things that I wanted, was sold out. So word to the wise, if you go there and the vendors are there and you see something there that you want, pick it up then, because when you come back a couple hours later,
it may or may not be there. Yeah, they'll be cleaned out. He was cleaned out and we're like, what the heck? But you can always go online where they're, you can find their items online on Instagram and Facebook and get their link and shop there too. But yes, if you see an item there, snatch it up right away, because it may or may not be there when you complete the 5K. It may or may not be there. But
there's a whole bunch of people that don't walk the course and they're shopping your stuff. So get your stuff before you walk.
Yeah. Anybody else you want to shout out before we let you have your Sunday back? Oh, you know what? I was going to ask you about the San Mateo County PI COVID-19 testing that you guys are hosting every Wednesday. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So we actually have been doing the work as far as like outreaching to our Pacific Islander community here in San Mateo County, alongside Pacific Island Together, who's doing work out for outreach up here in North County. We handle Central County, and then Anamatangi Polynesian Voices has been doing the outreach work down in South County. So just as vaccinations are continuing to be out there and available, so is testing, and there's a lot of reasons. Like some folks think like, oh, testing is not really needed, but actually it still is. There's, to get on some flights, if you're not vaccinated, you need to have,
A negative
been
test.
tested and show proof of a negative test to be able to get into events, concerts, football games as well. You have to have a negative test if you're not vaccinated. So we just have been doing outreach with the local church down there in San Mateo, who host a testing free community testing site that's super fast and easy. They offer walk-ups. You can pre-register. It's from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So we get a lot of folks who are from the medical field that are still required to test for whatever reason. We get a lot of students who are entering sports because, as vaccines are not offered or have not been offered to a certain age group until just recently here in our county. So we just want to make sure that if you need to get tested, you understand and know where you can go, and also where you can go where it's free. Because there's a
Right.
lot of rapid testing that is offered in the county, and a lot of just normal testing that's offered in the county, but you do have to pay for it. So these community sites that we are doing outreach and supporting are all free sites. They're all in partnership with San Mateo County Health program. And so if you need to get tested, like we have a video clip on our Instagram to show you just how quick and easy it is. The church team down there, like when we're on site 2 Wednesdays out of the month. They're there every single Wednesday, rain or shine. They're out there at the St. James Church on 825 Mount Diablo Avenue. They're super friendly folks. So if we're not there, we have no doubt in our mind that they will take care of you. Parking is a little bit tight, but you could also park at King Center, which is just 1 block over. And it's there, it's there for you if you need it. So come on through if you need testing. And then also at the site, we offer, we hand out PPE kits that
Nice.
include like sanitizer, masks, and then also information on vaccinations if you have questions or if you're wanting to know where you can get the vaccine as well.
Awesome. Great job. I just, I love everything that you guys do, and we try to support as much as we can. And, our doors are always open to you. I know the pandemic is going on. Otherwise, we would have wanted you guys in the, in the studio. But thank you so much for your time. Any shout outs before we go?
Yeah, I got a couple. I saw PJ in the chat, and it just reminded me that SCCJC in Daly City, Pastor Mavic and Audrey's church, I believe they've been looking for volunteers and also partner organizations to help with food distribution on Saturdays. So if folks
Nice.
want to look them up, that's Samoan Congregational Church of Jesus Christ, Daly City. I believe they have a Facebook page. Otherwise, you can also follow Pastor Tufuli or Pastor Audrey for more information. And PJ, if you're still on, drop some info about your holiday outreach. I feel like PJ's family goes out and does some outreach for homeless folks in the city. So we want to let folks know about when that's going to happen and just get people to support. And Brother Vince, I saw you on there. Shout out to Big Goose Radio up in
Big
the
Goose Radio.
253. That's the fam. And also want to send a big congratulations to Auntie Faluayana Pritchard on the 25th anniversary of APCC in Tacoma, Washington. Thank you all.
Awesome.
We love you. Keep going. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you. You guys are doing crazy, amazing work, and we're so proud. So proud of all the things that you guys are doing. I just real quick, Fangongo Samoa. I was able to check that out when you guys premiered it. It was a great, great show. If you haven't seen the movie that they created with the community, where can they find it?
It's available now. And now it's available on our YouTube channel. So you can check out our Fangongo Samoa, a short film. Look at
Yeah,
us. Wow.
I know, and it's so
Look at us.
good.
Woo.
It's so
another
good.
one another one of those things that's kind of just birth out of like we winging it, we doing the best we can to keep things going. Folks who are in the community and do work, you understand how hard it is to continue momentum once something breaks off. So we really try to keep these programs around early, very, very early on in conception of Samoan Solutions. One of the biggest things that our people, when we were talking with people in the community, said is that like folks will come and they'll go.
Yeah.
You know, like, so, you know, they look at us like, well, how long you gonna be here before you move on to some other something? And so it's really important for us, like when we put these programs out here, that we find ways, however resourceful and however creative they are, to keep the programs that we have going, you know, so that people understand we're here for the long haul. Right.
Right.
We're here to support, and you can lean on us when you need us. I also just want to shout out real quick. You know, the 5K Turkey Trot for Charity is a great way for our community to get motivated through one event. But if you're looking for sustainability and you're looking to be out, you know, every single day and finding out ways, how can you get active? We have amazing folks that'll be on site. I'm not sure if they'll be there this year, but if they are, get in contact with them. And if they aren't, still get in contact with them. Fitness is key. Kiana Tofinga, she, you know, is a personal trainer here in the Bay Area. She'll get you right all throughout the year. We also have Phil Alapati, who Fanga, what is the
Ainga One? Is it Ainga One?
No. Ainga Fitness.
Ainga Fitness.
Yes, Ainga Fitness. He hosts free workouts like throughout the community all year long. If you don't have to feel intimidated about the 5K. If you're like me, you'll feel intimidated when you see Phil Alapati's sand dunes workouts.
Gosh, yes.
When you see those, I feel tired just watching. But
and he does that every Sunday morning. Sunday morning.
And they are a great, you know, these are resources that our community has out there that are also, you know, Pacifica, so they understand our struggles, but they're the ones that are sustaining this work around movement, around health throughout the year. So connect with them either at the event, before or after, you know.
Yeah, that's Kiana and Phil Alapati. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us this Sunday morning again. The Samoan Solutions 5K Turkey Trot for Charity is happening November 15th? 20th. Oh, that's right, Saturday. November 20th. There you go. That's the flyer. We'll also be posting it on our page. Please go follow these amazing ladies, Samoan Solutions, Fatma Malo Designs. Go get your stuff. Go get your notebook. Go get your calendar book. Go get everything you need from Sister Epi. Thank you so much for your time, ladies. We love you so much. Keep up the great work, and we'll see you soon.
Always an honor.
Bye, fam.
Love y'all. Bye, fam.
Love you.
Love you.
Take care.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that was awesome for them to share Sunday morning with us.
See them. It was so good to see their faces. Soon we will get to hug. Soon we'll get to hug. Man. That's a quick hour plus. Right. So, you know, we're here every Sunday at 10 a.m. Koviki Talk is 5 p.m. every Monday. You'll find us here. We are on Island City Radio on every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Download the Dash app radio and search Island City. We will see you next Sunday. Come back to Faika with us.
Love y'all.
Rest in peace, smile like a yandel. Thank you, Lord, for freeing my mama. Look, hey, don't lose. Family gang, being me. Look, I know to watch my mouth in your presence. If I'm wrong, you gon' grill me. I can't get you to feel me. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. When I'm flying, I want you near me. Lord, now can you hear me? Keep only family close, and I'll be damned if I go without letting them know how I feel. I wanna thank you. Thank you. Look, I can't help but to get in my feelings.